We're getting ready for another harvest here at Starbuck, Manitoba. These are two of my sons, Peter and Henry. I'm Jacob Rempel. We'll be swathing today as soon as the dew is off, if it doesn't rain. Everything depends on the weather now. I remember the spring. Seems a long time ago. It was wet. Seeding was late. Finally, the soil was ready. Henry didn't waste a minute. Out came the seed drill. In went 160 acres of Selkirk wheat, 90 acres of oats, and 60 acres of flax. Selkirk wheat's resistant to 15B stem rust. We've used it for 4 years. Before that, rust often ruined our crops. So now we've got one less thing to worry about. Sun and rain coaxed the grain along. A few wild oats got in there. They're hard to kill. But the crop escaped the hail, cutworms, grasshoppers, and drought of other years. The other day, Peter went out for a sample. A little soft, maybe. Let the crop ripen a couple more days, Peter. That was 3 days ago. We came out this morning, wheat's ready, dew is off, time to swath. This new self-propelled swather sure beats that old horse-drawn binder I used to ride. Look at Henry go. This thing works twice as fast as a swather pulled by tractor like most of the farmers are still using, And you have to work fast while the weather's good. Turns corners on a dime, too. And best of all, that V-shaped swath sits on top of the stubble. If it rains before we can combine, at least our grain won't be flat in the mud, sprouting and spoiling. If it rains, that's the question. The grain must lie drying at least 3 days before we combine. 3 long, anxious days of waiting, watching the sky. Harvest or not, there are always chores around the farmyard. Nobody loafs around our place, except maybe the geese. Every morning at 5:30, my daughter Margaret milks 5 cows. Sometimes Henry helps her. Even the cats get breakfast before we do. Good crop or not, we can always count on the cream checks. Can't afford to lose grain through cracks or loose boards. Mustn't forget the eggs either, and that's my grandson Ken's job. Ken lives in Winnipeg, but he wants to be a farmer. This is his idea of a perfect summer holiday. It's harvest time in the garden, too. Cucumbers, beans, corn, and tomatoes must come in, and soon, too. The nights are getting frosty. Time for dinner. Good food and plenty of it, Margaret always says. And she's the girl to prepare it. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth.
Peter?
We've always lived off the land. Nearly everything we eat, beef, sausage, ham, vegetables, fruit, bread, is raised or prepared right here. Young Ken is very fond of tomatoes. Dinner, and a good hearty one. But in harvest time, the weather can ruin a man's dinner.
That was the news from the CBC newsroom in Winnipeg, read by Chuck Skelding. Now the weather. An extensive low-pressure area covers nearly all of the western prairies and should cover most of Manitoba by nightfall. Associated with this system is a heavy band of cloud and extensive precipitation. Now the detailed regional forecasts for the Interlake, Red River regions, including Winnipeg. Cloudy with the threat of rain overnight. Cloudy tomorrow with intermittent showers. The low tonight and high tomorrow at Gimli, Carman, and Winnipeg, 55 and...
Not a minute to waste now. The wheat looks good. But how much can we get combined before the rain? Everywhere there is rain. All over the west, rainstorms are pounding the swathed grain into the ground, and we can do nothing but wait. At least we're luckier than some folks. My son Jake was hailed out just north of here. Well, it never stopped. Clear, but for how long? Now our whole year's work and wages depend on speed. No dinner for Peter today. He'll eat a lunch on the combine. You might think this the most monotonous job in the world. Up and down, turn and turn again. Sure, the dust gets into your ears and eyes and down your neck. Your back and hands get stiff from the bumps and the hours of steering. But every round means more bushels in the bin. You just stop long enough to refuel, then back at it again. There aren't any 8-hour days here at harvest time. The weather's holding, and Peter and Henry and hundreds of other men on prairie combines are gradually getting the grain in. I remember when this field was smothered in couch grass. That was 1934, the year we came here. Neighbors told us we'd go broke on this place. But we'd seen bad times before, my wife and I and the 8 young ones. First in 1925, when we fled from the old country and landed in Winnipeg without a cent. Then for 9 years as we tried to get a start on 4 different prairie farms. Finally, we settled here. Most of the children are scattered around the country now. Peter lives in Starbuck, but he helps Henry and Margaret and me run this place. Of course, I'm 83 and slowing down a little. It's still hard work and a big gamble, but we're getting ahead. The yield is lower than we'd hoped. The rain's to blame for that. But the wheat's going 19 bushels to the acre and the oats 45. It's our best crop in 11 years. We're mighty thankful. Like all prairie farmers, we're allowed to deliver certain quotas of grain from time to time through the year. Well, that's so everybody gets a fair chance to market something. Now our first quota's off to Starbuck. Our town looks just like most others, I guess, but we like it. It has most everything we need, churches and stores, machinery dealers and garages, and 3 graders. Charlie Dauphiné at the elevator samples the wheat, grades it, and pays us our first check. Our truckload of wheat, along with lots of other truckloads, goes into a boxcar. Old number 72 is longer now than any other time of the year. We ship a lot of grain from here in good years. A while back, they put heavier rails on this line to handle the extra traffic. The railway crews are as busy as we are during a harvest. Extra trains, extra cars to load at every country point. Well, there goes our wheat off 30 miles east to Winnipeg. In the big railway yards there, it'll get together with carloads from all over the West. They'll head out for eastern Canada or the Lakehead. But for us, the months of work and worry end right here. Harvest is over. Now, until next year, there's time for rest and giving thanks. Yes, and fun, too. I guess we've earned some fun.
Far and